What's going on, Draconians? Draco Invictus here, and we are going to be taking a look at the big game Marvel teaser, and we're going to break this thing down. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, so if you were watching the Super Bowl right at the beginning, I think it may have been actually before the game even started, Marvel squeezed in a 30-second teaser, and if you haven't seen it, stop this video now and go see it. The link is actually, matter of fact, I'm going to put it as a card. It's going to pop up right now. Okay. So, you've come back and now you're watching the breakdown. I'm going to talk about things that you may have missed while watching this very quick 30-second snippet of Avengers Endgame. Okay, so before we even see the Marvel Studios logo, they give us a little quick recap of some of the heroes that got dusted. Yes, let's take a look at this. What, you don't believe me? Let's take another look. All right, so we have the Wasp, Nick Fury, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Falcon, the Scarlet Witch. We've got the Guardians of the Galaxy, and of course, you know, Rocket is showing in there, but all the other four of them were killed in the last film. Yes, we know Gamora wasn't dusted. We're hoping that she comes back. We have Black Panther, Bucky, Vision, and then the Marvel Studios logo gets dusted. So, none of those shots were actually new footage. That's all existing footage from their various films or other films that they were in, and so none of that's anything new, so let's move on. So it opens with New York City. We all know New York City, right? And let's pause here at the Statue of Liberty. Now, normally the waters are pretty clear around the island, but as you can see, these boats are literally lashed to each other and they are tied in, and it looks like the island has become some sort of, again, processing, facility for all those people that were on boats, everyone that came to the U.S. You can see the large tent there right in the middle, right at the base of the Statue of Liberty. And it appears that people are kind of coalescing in more urban areas, from what I'm gathering. And as the video continues to move forward, we see here Citi Field that is totally empty. But if you look at the parking lots, the cars are literally stacking on top of each other. It's very crazy. Now we come to what appears to be a support group. So now this is something that we are learning about the movie, that time will have passed since the snap. This is a support group. Where do we go now that they're gone? And in just a second, we're going to see that it appears that Captain America is sitting in this support group. But before we move on from this image, let's take a closer look at what we have going on. We see that there are several people. They're in the background, and one of them happens to be a white male that is bald. Could it possibly be? Could this be one of the reshoots? Now that they know that the Fox merger is happening, could that be Xavier? How would that be for a killer cameo in this film? I think that would be awesome. Of course, that's just speculation. That could absolutely be some other bald white guy, but I think it would be very, very cool if it was Xavier. And as we move through this, we can see that Cap is having issues. He's feeling very uncomfortable. He's mulling things, and he is not happy about it at all. And it could be, maybe he's just not happy with the situation. Of course he's not happy with the situation as it is, but let's move on from there. So the very next scene that we get is Tony and Nebula. They're obviously working on the Benatar. They're working on the ship that they are stranded in space on. They're obviously trying to get it working again so that they can get the hell out of there. I'm assuming that there was probably some damage to the ship when it crashed or landed on Titan, or during the Battle of Titan. And so now they're having to repair the ship so that they can get the heck out. The very next scene that we see Rhodey, Bruce, Cap, and Natasha looking up at something in the sky outside of Avengers headquarters. Could this potentially be Captain Marvel showing up? Could it be Tony showing up in the Benatar? They're obviously looking up at something, but nothing is illuminating the area. So I'm not thinking that it's Thor using Stormbreaker and generating the Bifrost, because that would be generating an enormous amount of light, as we've always seen it happen. So I don't think that that's what they're looking at. They're looking at something that's moving much slower. That's why they're still looking up. Typically when the Bifrost happens, it's all pretty quick. So I'm assuming that they are looking at some sort of craft that is landing just outside of Avengers HQ. And then this very short little scene, we see Rocket walking into some building that's on the beach. And there's no real context for this, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it's nice to see that Rocket's out doing something. And then we get a glance here of Natasha, and she is practicing what she does best, shooting things. And very quickly, we see Ant-Man putting his helmet down, War Machine putting his helmet down. So we know, obviously, that Ant-Man is in the right time frame, right? So he got out of the quantum realm. However he did that, we still don't know. But he got out at the current time. And then we cut to Thor, some other non-contextual situation, him staring at something, and there seems to be some glow beneath him. Again, there's no context in these little some of these little snippets, so it's kind of hard to gauge as to where this is going to be. And then we see another image of Thor walking through this hallway. It's a very cool hallway, but obviously not anywhere here on Earth, and he is still carrying Stormbreaker. And here we see Hawkeye, not Ronan, because Ronan would still be wearing his mask. This is obviously Clint Bart. This is Hawkeye. He's got his arrows on his back. I think he had a stint as Ronan. Like when we find him in the film, he's Ronan, and Natasha brings him back into the fold, and he takes up the mantle of Hawkeye again. So I think that we're going to see that play out in the film. At first, I thought Cap was taking the shield off, but then as I watched this for like the third or fourth time, I realized that he's really strapping this thing on. And he's strapping on the Captain America shield, not the shields that he was using in Wakanda. He's strapping on Cap's shield. Here we see them walking through some hall at Avengers HQ, and we can see that Cap's leading the team, Thor's right behind him, then Natasha, Rocket, Ant-Man, and War Machine is bringing up the rear of that line. And we come to the end, April. So, guys, did you catch all the little things? I mean, I had to go through this footage, sometimes frame by frame, to see if I caught anything else. And you know what? There may be other things that I have not yet noticed. Someone's going to look at every little detail, and I'm sure that'll be out there. But I wanted to get this out because I was so excited to see this little trailer. I knew that it was coming. I knew that they would have something going on during the Super Bowl. And this was probably the highlight of the Super Bowl for me. I'm really excited about this, and I'm looking to do some more Endgame Captain Marvel content here on my channel. If you guys would like to see that, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below if I missed something. If I happen to miss some other detail, let me know. I want to hear from you guys. You tell me what I missed. And you know what? My next video, I'll talk about that too. So until next time, Draconians, you take care of yourselves out there. This is Draco Invictus saying this has been the greatest day of my life. See ya!